Buenos dias, good morning, bon dia, bonjour. Welcome to the AM movements. This is a morning flow that touches all the right body parts to get your day started. Reporting live from Costa Rica. I invite you to commence the practice in a Sukhasana, cross-legged seated pose, tailbone rooted, knees cascading towards the ground, lengthy spine, shoulders drawn down away from the ears, creating space and length in the neck. The crown of your head is rising towards the sky. Arms are extended, hands are at the knees, index fingers gently rubbing the thumb. Tuning into your breath, tuning into the now. Close your eyes and scan your body left to right and see how you woke up today. Are there any imbalances? Are there any pains? Begin to breathe in and out through the nose, even exhales and even inhales, with a 1 second pause in between. Begin to fill up your body with oxygen, with life. Inhale, extend the arms above head. Exhale. Bring the hands together at heart center. After a nice deep inhale, I invite you for a collective Om. Slowly open the windows of your eyes. And place your hands on the right side of the mat. Bringing the legs underneath your hips. Making your way into a tabletop posture. Fingers spread wide. Shoulders stacked over the elbows, elbows stacked over the wrists. Index fingers pointed directly forward, parallel with each other and parallel with the outer edges of the mat. Your knees are at hip width distance, stacked directly underneath your hips. Tops of the feet are pressed against the mat. Pelvis is tucked underneath, lengthening the spine. Shoulders are drawn down away from the ears. Navel is pressed against the spine. Ujjayi breath in and out of the nose. Victory breath. Every time you make your way into a posture successfully, you claim that victory with your Ujjayi breath. On an inhale, drop the belly, raise the gaze forward, and let your tailbone shine. Exhale, press against the mat, round the spine, and shift your gaze towards your navel for a cat pose. Inhale into a cow. Exhale into a cat. Inhale cow. Exhale cat. Inhale cow. Exhale cat. Inhale into a tabletop. On your next inhale, extend the left arm forward and extend the right leg back. Exhale, bring the left elbow to meet the right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, compress. Inhale, extend. Exhale, return to tabletop. Inhale, extend the right arm forward and the left leg back. Exhale, right elbow to left knee. Inhale, extend, keeping the left foot flexed. Exhale, compress. Inhale, extend. Exhale, back to tabletop. And inhale, begin to move your body in a circular motion clockwise. Pause at the top. Now move in a counterclockwise direction. Warming up the spine. Getting all the kinks out. Make your way back into tabletop. And on an exhale, lower the left elbow to the mat, left shoulder to the mat, and extend the left arm to the right side behind your right arm. Shift the right hand forward and shift your gaze over to your right armpit. Shift your right hand back in front of your face. Press down to rise back up into a tabletop. Exhale, lower the right shoulder to the mat and extend the right arm over to the left side. Shift the left hand forward, and your gaze goes to your left armpit. Shift the left hand back in front of your face and press down to rise back up into a tabletop. Move the hand slightly forward and exhale. Shift the weight back onto your heels for a child's pose. Arms extended. The weight of your bums is on your heels. If you ever feel that posture is not comfortable or just not part of your practice today, feel free to make your way into a child's pose. Inhale back up, curl your toes, and press those hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Driving those heels towards the earth, bend the knees and seek out that length in the spine. First downward facing dog of the day, so it's okay to walk it out a bit, bending one knee and extending the other, and alternating. Slowly inch your hands backwards to meet your feet at the back of the mat. When you reach your feet, bend your knees around your spine and slowly articulate up, vertebra by vertebra, rolling your shoulders. And then you take a step forward with your right foot for progress. And take another step forward for love. Another step forward for unity. And finally, the last step to meet at the front of your mat for yoga. Yoga is here, yoga is now, and establish Pada Bandha, which is rooting down on the four corners of your feet with your toes soft. Option to have your big toes together and your heels slightly spread apart, creating a triangle, or you can have your feet at hip width distance with the outer edges of your feet parallel with the outer edges of the mat. Make your way into a Tadasana, mountain pose, anatomical posture, using the muscles in your body to align all the bones. Rooting down on the four corners, leg muscles active, micro bend in the knees, tailbone tucked underneath, navel pressed against the spine, palms facing forward, shoulders drawn down, chin parallel to the earth, crown of the head rising. Claim it with your Ujjayi breath. On an inhale, extend the arms up for an extended mountain pose. Shoulders are still drawn down away from the ears, and imagine a ball of energy being harnessed in between your fingers. Fingers active, arms active. Exhale, hinging at the hips, swan dive forward for a forward fold. On an inhale, place your fingertips on your shins, extend the arms and turn your body into an L, seeking out a stretch, a micro bend in the upper back. Exhale. Hands on the mat, step the left foot back, meet the left foot with the right foot for a Balakasana, plank pose. Rotate the elbows outward so that the eyes of the elbows are pointed forward. Bring that tailbone underneath. Claim this posture with your Ujjayi breath. On an exhale, bending at the elbows, lower yourself halfway down. And then lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Tops of the feet are pressed against the mat. Fingers are at nipple height. And raise the torso up for a baby cobra. Exhale. Curl your toes and raise the hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Ujjayi breath. Inhale, extend the left leg and bring the left foot between both hands. Lower the right heel so that the right toes are pointed towards the top right corner of the mat. And keeping the hips neutral. Inhale, rise up into a warrior one. Exhale. Hands on the mat. Step the left foot back and lower yourself down to a chaturanga. And then lower all the way down. Tops of the feet are pressed against the mat. Inhale up to a baby cobra. Exhale. Press those hips, curl the toes and press those hips up. And back for a downward facing dog. Seeking out that length in the spine, bend the knees to find it. And then slowly start driving those heels towards the earth. Letting the head hang like a mango. Inhale, extend the right leg. And bring that right foot between both hands. Lower the left heel. Left toes pointed towards the top left corner of the mat. Hips neutral. Inhale up into a warrior one. Avoid dumping in the lower back here. Keep that torso perpendicular to the earth. Exhale. Hands on the mat. Step the left foot back. And lower yourself halfway down to a chaturanga. On an inhale, roll over those toes into an upward facing dog. Legs active, knees off the ground. Avoid allowing the heels to splay. Exhale, drop the knees, curl the toes, and press the hips up and back for a downward facing dog. At the bottom of your next exhale, shift your gaze forward, bend your knees, and lightly step or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees around your spine. Articulate back up to a mountain pose. Back into active alignment. Bring that tailbone back underneath. Focus on creating a nice lengthy spine without dumping in that lower back. On an inhale, bend the knees, raise your arms forward, and drop your bum into a chair pose. Toes are soft, knees are over the second toe. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, fingertips on the shins, halfway lift. Exhale, hands on the mat, This time float back into a chaturanga on an exhale. Inhale. Roll over the toes into an upward facing dog. If we're dumping in the lower back here, you're searching for a micro bend in the upper back. Exhale, drop the knees, curl the toes, and press the hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the left leg and bring that left foot between both hands. Lower the right heel so that the right toes are pointing towards the right side of the mat. Micro bend in the right knee, left knee bent at 90 degrees. Inhale, rise up to a warrior two. Arms extended alongside, gazes over to your left middle finger. Your hips are pointed towards the right side of your mat. Ujjayi breath. On an exhale, lower that left elbow to your thigh and reach over the top of your body with your right hand. Gazes over to your right middle finger for a humble warrior. Inhale, rainbow the hands back. Rest that right hand gently on the right hamstring and reach over the top of your body with your left hand. Gazes over to your left middle finger in a reverse warrior. Inhale back to a warrior two. Inhale, extend the left leg. Heel toe the right foot closer to the left, shortening the distance. Preparing for a triangle pose, reach forward with your left hand and reach back with your right foot, with your right hip. Lower that left hand to the left ankle and extend the right hand up to the sky for a triangle pose, imagining a wall flush on your back. Inhale, rise back up, place your hands on your hips, and rotate that right foot inward 90 degrees. Your feet are on train tracks, hips are pointed forward, micro bend in both knees. On an exhale, hinging at the hips, fold forward for a pyramid pose. Shoulders are drawn away from the ears. Chest is on the left thigh. Ujjayi breath. Inhale, rise up and step forward, back into a mountain pose. Back to active alignment. Back to anatomical posture. Inhale, bend the knees, raise the arms, and lower the bum into a chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands on the mat, and float back into a chaturanga. Inhale, roll up into an upward facing dog. Avoid dumping in that lower back. And avoid allowing those heels to splay. Legs are active, knees are off the ground. Exhale. Drop the knees, curl the toes, and press those hips up and back to a downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the right leg and bring that right foot between both hands. Lower the left heel, left toe is pointed towards the left side of the mat. Right knee bent at 90 degrees, micro bend in the left. Inhale, rise up to a warrior two. Torso not too far forward, not too far back. Just even with your arms extended alongside. Gazes over to your right middle finger. Exhale, lower that right elbow to the right thigh. Reach over the top of your body with your left hand for a humble warrior. Inhale. Circle the arms back to reverse warrior. Left hand resting gently on the left thigh. Right hand reaching over. Gazes over to your right middle finger. Right knee bent at 90 degrees. Inhale. Back up into a warrior two. Ujjayi breath. Inhale, extend the right leg. Heel toe, the left foot closer to the right, shortening the distance. Reach forward with your right hand as you reach back with your left hip as you prepare for a pyramid pose. Lowering that right hand to the right ankle and extending that left hand up to the sky. Inhale back up. Place your hands on your hips. Rotate the left foot inward 90 degrees. Feet are pointed forward on train tracks. Hips are pointed forward, neutral. On an exhale, hinging at the hips, fold forward into a pyramid pose. Inhale, rise up, and step forward into a mountain pose. Back to active alignment. On an inhale, raise the arms forward, bend the knees, and drop the bum into a chair pose. Bring the palms together, and on an exhale, hook the right elbow outside the left thigh and twist over to the left. Bringing the hands to heart center and avoid dumping in that right shoulder. For this twisting chair pose, knees are even. Exhale, back into a chair pose. Bring the palms together And hook the left elbow outside the right knee and twist over to the right side, bringing those palms to the heart, to the sternum. Knees are even, and you're not dumping in that lower shoulder. Exhale, release. Back into a chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Grasp the elbows, and you can sway side to side. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the elbows around the spine, and inhale back up into a mountain pose. Inhale, extend the arms above head. Extended mountain pose. Exhale, bring the hands together at heart center. Shift your weight onto to the four corners of your left foot. Bend that right knee and grab your right ankle. Place the sole of your foot on your inner right thigh, on your inner left thigh, or inner left calf. Whatever feels more comfortable in this tree pose. Maintaining the hands together at heart center. Samastitihi. Lower the right leg down and inhale. Bend that left knee. Grab that left ankle and place the left sole of your foot on the inner right thigh for another tree pose. As I'm surrounded by all these trees. Exhale. Lower the left foot down. Heel toe the feet outward so that the outer edges of your feet are parallel with the outer edges of your mat. And on an exhale, bending at the knees, lowering the bum. Bring those elbows inside of the knees for Malasana. Pressing the knees out with the elbows. Pressing the elbows in with the knees. Shoulders drawn away from the ears. Heart is shining. Place the hands on the mat and roll onto your back. Sit up into a staff pose. Legs extended in front of you, palms flat on the ground to your side. Making an L with your body. On an inhale, palms facing up. Keeping that L with your body. Go into a dolphin pose. Pointed toes for 5. Lengthen the spine for 4. Breathe for 3. Smile for 2. Hold it for 1. Exhale. Lower down to the mat. Inhale back up into another dolphin pose. Breathe it out for 4. Holding this one extra for our abdominals for 3. Smiling for 2. Lengthy spine for 1. Exhale. Lower down. Inhale, hug your knees into your chest. Kiss the left knee. Kiss the right knee. And lower the feet down to the mat with your heels near your bum. Preparing for a bridge pose. Knees neutral, pointed forward. Pressing down on your feet, raising the hips up. Shoulders underneath, and interlace your fingers behind your back. Rooting down from pinky to shoulder. Chin to sternum. Exhale, release. Remove the shoulders, raise the heels. Lower your back down, starting at the upper back, then the middle back, then the lower back. Bring the elbows inside of the knees. Grasp the outer edges of your feet. Make your way into a blissful baby. Rooting down that tailbone, rooting down the shoulders. Pressing the feet into the hands and pulling on the feet with the hands. Exhale, release the feet. Extend the legs. And make your way into Shavasana. Allowing your body to melt onto the mat. Totally calm. In a conscious numbness. Allowing everything to relax. Normalizing your breath. Right now your body's absorbing all of the medicine. And the blood is going to where it's needed most. Slowly begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers, bringing life back into your extremities. Activate the arms, activate the legs. Raise the thighs up so that they're perpendicular to the earth, and the knees are bent at 90 degrees. Fall over to your left side. Extend your left arm above head and rest your head gently on that left bicep. For this fetal pose, this caterpillar in a cocoon, experiencing metamorphosis pose. Because when you raise up, you will be a butterfly. Reborn into this beautiful world. Bring that right palm in front of your face, press it down to rise up into a Sukhasana. Inhale, extend the arms above head. Exhale. Hands together at heart center. Namaste. And that concludes the morning movements. Cheers, guys.